So what the fuck is this? The pig has got a head on a head on a head. What is that? What the head's gone? What is this slop? Oh my lord. I'm going to be honest. This is some of the most like frightening stuff I've seen in a very long time. And I just come with me. So you might see the bottom of the screen over there. It says Genie 3. This is Slop Souls 4. So it's Dark Souls, right? Or is it? It's not. This is AI generated using the latest Genie 3 tool from Google, which basically procedurally generates a world for you to move around in. Now, we need to talk about this because I think there's a lot of great examples of the usage of this. But when it comes to gaming, oh my God, it's the same with everything. As soon as something like cool comes out, the first thing people do with it is turn it into slop. I got some examples here I'm going to show you. You are not going to believe this. So this one is Greenland GTA 6. Now, again, just look at this. You can see the gait of the characters, the way they're walking. That's clearly what's his face, Trevor, and that's it. Well, it sort of looks like Michael, but we'll see Michael in a minute from GTA. There obviously there's got to be copyright issues with this as well, but this is very worrying to me. I mean, these things are wrong. I mean, look at the rev count and what's going on in the car and all of that stuff. Complete mess. But look at this here. That's Michael in a bar. All of the animations look very GTA 5. It's clearly just stealing from GTA 5. You know, what is it actually making here, right? And this is going to be, I think, a debate that's going to happen. This is so frightening. This is actually so frightening. I'm going to be honest, Matt. You really need to get outside if this is the craziest thing you've tried in a long time. Because may I introduce you to video games? If you play a video game, your mind will literally be blown. But anyway, look at this, right? So this is obviously a generated skiing game. Obviously, it's laggy. It looks like shit. But you can see these controls on the screen here. And if this has been generated from what is essentially giving this a photograph or giving it a prompt, and I will show you how this works, because this is an official Google tool. This is worrying. This is because where will this technology be in 6 months' time? In a year? This is going to be bad. I actually just want to touch on that for a second, because me sitting here going, this is going to be bad, you know, what does that mean? Well, fundamentally, games are art. And when games are created, more often than not, the best of the best games they're coming from a place of, yes, okay, they may be derivative in things like their mechanics or maybe even elements of their art style, but ultimately they do come across as unique because they are made by humans. AI in its current form is not generating anything new. It is just taking elements that have already been created and mixing them up. Now, I know there will be people that will argue, well, isn't that what most great artists do anyway? To some degree, but they are adding their own personality into whatever they're creating, their own thoughts, their own creativity, right? The AI is not doing that, at least not yet. It is just literally regurgitating stuff that already exists. Now, I want to show you an example of this again. So this guy, Joe, over on Twitter says, I tried Genie 3. Every frame is generated in real time by a learned world model trained on millions of gameplay frames. This was his prompt. A green hilly valley, a cozy house built onto a hill with a round wooden door. A home library can be seen through the window. So what does this remind you of? It's Lord of the Rings. That's a Hobbit house, right? It's literally taken that from Lord of the Rings. Like, there's no other world where it hasn't done that. It has. Even the doors, everything looks similar. This is, it's like, I know AI is involved in mass plagiarism, but this is like mass plagiarism on another scale. This is actually mental. So there's a lot of this kind of thing going on. People prompting it with GTA 6, obviously, because GTA, you know, is one of the big. Well, it is the biggest upcoming game. It'll be the biggest entertainment franchise launch of all time. And a lot of these people are claiming that they're generating GTA 6 and all of this stuff. Now, they've probably fed this a screenshot and just asked it to make an interactive world based off that screenshot. Undoubtedly, it's very impressive that it can do this, but still, it's raising all these issues of this is like what is this? Like, what is the end game of this? Okay, this is more of a I guess an example of how this works. So we're going to just play this from the beginning. You'll see what's going on here. You can see what he's saying, right? Well, describe any changes. He's basically put this image in, and the world is getting created. You can see how the AI model is doing this. It's doing it in real time. and then the user does say that this has been sped up, but this has created like an underwater world with this like trident wielding character can run around and engage with. Like this is so frightening to me, because do we want to be in a world where we can just type prompts into things and we just instantly are giving like a massive world? I mean, this is only 60 seconds of interactivity, but imagine if this was unlimited. Like, do we want to exist in these worlds that are not really real but are just endless? This is, I don't know. Like, I'm really having like an existential problem dealing with this. Like, what is going on? So what the fuck is this? The pig has got a head on a head. What is that? What the head's gone? What is this slop? Oh my lord. Got to be said though, this isn't just going to be used for games, right? Because this can simulate a world. Now look at this. This fine individual, Chris, says, yeah, you can simulate body cam footage with Genie free. Once we get a little more motion, this will look insane. Why would you ever want to simulate body cam footage? You know, in what world is this going to be used? Maybe for illegal purposes. But still, it is mental that this is possible, right? This is actually crazy. What about this fine example? This is, well, the user says, holy moly, Genie 3 created this mock 3D game world from Breath of the Wild. Hello, Nintendo's lawyers are going to be in touch. Probably. I mean, this one is the most frightening one, I think, in a lot of ways, because if you showed this to me, just as a quick video, and it didn't have the Genie 3 branding on the bottom, I would not actually know. I don't think I'd be able to tell at a quick glance. And that is worrying. That is really worrying. Okay, we've seen what this thing can generate. I'm going to show you what the thing is. So this is Project Genie. Now, it's an experiment with infinite interactive worlds. And now, on the face of it, before I just go into this, like the idea of creating a 3D interactive world, like a real replica of the world, can have a lot of very good applications. Things like, you know, training robotics, or I've seen things like global weather system models. I think NVIDIA might have had one where they sort of create this, I think they call it a digital twin. And then you can sort of use it to predict what's going to happen with, you know, weather systems and stuff like that, which would be great. Because if you could predict weather out a couple of weeks or so, you'd be able to like save lives, because you could work out where any kind of like major flooding would happen, for example. You obviously the applications for things like travel would be awesome as well, things like farming. So there's a lot of things where that would be really good for. So yeah, again, AI's got this promise of this looks like a really great tool, but instead all we're seeing is actually, no, let's just rip off things that already exist, which is crazy. Like, so Google goes on to drop this video, and we will, I'll leave the audio on a little bit. This is going to sum it up better than I can, reading off their things, but this is crazy. Obviously, elements of this are sped up. All right, so a photorealistic alpine meadow, a Shiba Inu. Okay, so the dog's going to be hit create world. Now again, it's going to take longer than that. It's not going to be that fast. I mean, obviously this is like absolutely trash to anyone that plays games, right? But I think, like, try and think past that and think, holy shit, where's this going to be in a year? Like, this could be mental. This is like, it's like, in one way, I can't help but be amazed that this is possible. Like, if you showed this to somebody even a few years ago, they'd be like, what? That's not possible. But like, this did floor me. I was like, what the shit? Look at this. But again, like, you've got to ask all these questions, right? Where's it getting the animation from? What is it basing that animation on? Like, all of these, like, oh, this is like frightening. It's been so long since I've seen anything like this. I'm not too sure people really understand, like, the impact this can have. This is, Okay, so this is only available if you pay for the very top tier of Google's AI services. And again, like I said, you can only generate 60 seconds. But I think what this is doing to me, it's causing this like conflict of, yes, the technology is impressive, but what it's being used for and where it could go, it is quite worrying, because what are we going to be in? Like a world where we're all playing our own version of whatever game and the game is just endlessly generated? What even about like TV shows or music? Imagine your favorite TV show, right? Let's just say your favorite TV show is like, I don't know, The Simpsons, Family Guy, Breaking Bad, whatever you want, right? But imagine if you could generate 100 billion episodes of Breaking Bad and it was based around your tastes and your choices and only ever you consumed it. I don't think that's a world I want to be in. I think that's quite a lonely, frightening world. Same applies to music. And clearly, the same can apply and will apply to games as these AI models get more complex, as I guess the data storage gets more comprehensive, so you can generate more than 60 seconds and it can actually remember where you are in the world, and it just gets faster. Like, where are we going? Where are we actually going? This video, I'm going to watch this video back if I'm still around in like 10 years time, and I'm going to watch, because I want to know what happens with this. I don't know whether, am I justified in being as worried as I am about this? Because this is like simultaneously impressive, but then extremely dystopian, and just, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? All right, guys, thanks for watching the video. I've been Stylosa. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. And yeah, you can follow me on everything, which is at Stylosa. If you did enjoy the video, then like the video, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. See you soon. Hopefully.